Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bread's Bakery broadcast. This is episode 22. I am your host, Brett MG, once again, as always. And I'm here with a few guests. Footloose is back once again. Welcome back, Foot.
Cinco de Mayo.
I turned Footloose up, so that actually jump scared me. I'm here with Dasher.
Hello.
And then I've got Soul with me as well this week.
Hello, I'm back again.
Yes, welcome back. Welcome back. Gotta have a shark on here. We almost always have a shark on the episode. So I think it's been mostly you this season. I don't think we've had. Oh no, we've had Judge. I'm lying to myself.
You
We've
had
Judge.
Judge a few times.
Yeah, it's you and Judge are like trading the baton back and forth this season.
It's a good man.
I know Aphex and Wampy have been busy, so normally they're around, but
Yeah.
But right now it's just you and Judge passing the baton back and forth.
Quality content.
Yes, yes, for sure. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Nice. Time for the weekly ad. Game. Check it in bio. They're doing a lot of work on it. They actually just grew the team and had a meeting today, which is kind of cool. And I'm really excited to see what the finished project looks like. They're really excited about it. They're actually starting to work on the actual game, like putting things together, which is really exciting. So eventually I may have some like different stuff to put on this slide because there may be like cool things to show off, like sprites and things. So look forward to that. If you're interested, links in description.
I love sprites.
Yeah, sprites are cool.
Yeah.
So, we had, let me think, I'm trying to think of some small talk. Small talk.
Small talk. Yeah, things.
How's the weather?
More things.
Bad. Hot.
Bad, hot.
It
Bad,
rained.
hot. It rains a lot here. So,
Yeah.
Germany, very rainy, very great weather, very much water.
Florida's pretty rainy this time of year too. I enjoy the rain though.
I got I guess my little bit of small talk is I got my last two ordered anime figures in today. After
Nice.
them, there will be no more because the hobby is too expensive.
Oh no.
No, you gotta like
So-
get all the money from your bank and then just spend it all.
Nah.
Sell a liver. Sell a liver. A kidney.
Tempting, but
I mean, the
Sell
liver
your
does regenerate.
soul.
maybe
body parts.
I may come back. I may come back and get some more here in a few years. But right now, it's a good time for me to just kind of hold. We're also about out of shelf space. We've got 4 display cases, and they are getting pretty full. So, but yeah, I got the last 2. It's an anniversary edition of Yun from Konosuba, and then a figure of Wiz from Konosuba. So that's pretty hype. Other than that, work this week has been Armageddon. So, I'm glad to be sitting at my computer doing one of these because I've been through it this week.
I told you, send me the names, bro.
Very tempting, I won't lie. Very tempting.
I have
Piss me off,
vacation
man.
soon, so it's hunting season, you know?
Oh man. So, week 4. 4? Yeah,
Yep.
week 4. That
Yeah.
was last week. That's the one.
Yep.
Week 4 was last week.
Yep.
Interesting stuff, generally speaking.
Yes.
I guess
Indeed.
unless anybody else has anything interesting to bring up, I guess we can jump right into it. Not waste
Let's
any time.
dive right into the news.
Wow. In under 5 minutes, we've already gotten to Acceleron, which is like record pace, probably.
No, this is accelerate pace, bro. You know be
Hey,
fast.
you're right. No messing around. So yeah,
Speed run any percent.
I forgot about this
Let's
slide.
go.
So technically, we're not gonna. There'll be 6 minutes, but yeah. So week 4 was Acceleron was on Renegade Voyage. Nitrox is on O Mechanica, and Street was on Stats of Champs. Week 5 is Acceleron will be on High Noon Hijinks, Nitrox on Rye Rally, and Street on Off the Trail. We will get started with Acceleron, the big boys. You guys were on Renegade Voyage. That is the HSR team track.
Exactly.
Let's talk about the track. What did you guys think of the track?
Who wants to start?
I'll go first.
All
I
right,
really
then
like
I
this
go.
track. There's only like two pet peeves of mine on this track is the drop off point for the jump tech and the 180. That's about it. Everything else I love.
Nice.
It looks really cool aesthetically. I haven't had a chance to race it.
It says,
Next
I've
time.
driven it so little that I'm not even really going to weigh in. I was just going to let you guys take and give me your opinions on it. What did you think, Soul?
So aesthetically, it's a void of the arcade so far as I know. So
Right.
it has like a space theme going on, which is really cool. My first day of training was very abysmal because I got only 2 minutes 36s, and I was analyzing the track, trying to figure out what am I doing wrong. And I just noticed that Copper made this track.
Yep.
And I haven't seen much Copper tracks, so I was like thinking, wait a minute, Copper is driving a goddamn Sandy War. Bad handling. You know what? Let's get rid of all the handling perks and try it again. 226. That was the trick, guys. You have to get a fucking bad handling car because bad handling is good on this track. So yeah.
Yes, it was Copper and Gio did all the decoration. If I recall correctly.
Yeah, bro, it looks really good. And okay, about the problems of the very first corner is very iffy. Like if you die there, there's a huge you can recover, so there's no problems there. But the very first corner, kinda hard, kinda weird. It's weird. Let's say it's weird. There's a weird timing to it. The jump tech, you know me. I hate jump tech, but in the end, I kind of got the hang of it. And the 180 section. The 180 section is the section that made me. I like this track, by the way. Like, this is one of the best tracks so far, but the 180 section just kills the deal. Why? Your car can lose grip there. If you lose grip, you lose about 2 seconds and everybody passes you. There's no checkpoint. If you die there, bad respawn. So, and your car can also bounce. That's very rare, but it can happen. So if you bounce, you fly out. So it's very, like the 180 section, if he would replace it with something else, this track would have been my favorite so far. Yeah.
I would have to agree with Soul. Although on the first turn, although it is very weird and hard, I do feel satisfied when I get it right. You know what I mean? Like if you hit it just right, it feels nice. So I'm okay with that. Yeah.
It has 2 S-turn sections going on. Like the whole track is really nice to drive. Like it's great. The times that you need are in the 25 and 24s. Maybe 26, that is like racing pace. I would say 25, 26 is racing pace.
23 and 22 are like the fastest, I think, times you're going to get.
Yeah, like 24 is when you are really fast. 23 is when you are having a good day. And 22 is usually the god tier. And I reached 22.9, but that was my only 22 I got. I'm usually the 23s, 24s. It took me a while to get there, but 22, I only reached 22 once. And I know that Kami reached 22. I did, Judge, Mac, who else?
I think I got like really close to it, but I couldn't get it.
Oh, bro, like my closest was a 23.0, but 22.9 is my best time so far. Yeah, 22 is like god tier time. So yeah, 1 in a million basically. Crazy times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we can go.
So I'm curious.
Hmm.
Quickly, what were the complaints from people like Dandube? And Dandube didn't race this, so I'm not putting much weight on it. I'm curious what his complaint was. Was it just that it was long?
Wait. I'm pretty good at mimicking people. This Shrek suck. That's what he said.
That's
what he
it?
said.
Okay, cool. Well,
That's
then,
it. That's it.
very well
That's
then.
it.
I didn't hear why. It's just like he just says
He just
that he
didn't
hates
like
his
it.
track.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
like he's
Well,
like, this track sucks. It's mid. It sucks. That's pretty much Dan to what he did. So
I think like he has the same like grievances like as me and Soul about the track, but he just doesn't tell. Like, because whenever I complain about the 180 or the jump tech, he says this track sucks right afterwards. So I
Right.
think he has an issue.
Okay.
I think he has an issue with that.
Got it. Okay.
I
Well,
think so. Yeah.
I have a question, just
Yeah.
a general question, and that it does relate to the track before we move on to the actual race itself.
Cool.
What do you guys? How would you guys feel if we were like, no more 180 sections like this, please?
Yeah, like if we
I
do
think-
180s,
Has it overstayed
If
its
it-
welcome? Is it time to
it's
move
a-
on?
If it's a manual jump 180, yes. If it's a seamless 180, like you know how the track will flip over and then send you back the other
Right,
way,
right.
I like that kind of 180.
Right.
Those are fine.
But like the one on this track where it's like you're encouraged to
manual
jump off and then turn around and then go again.
Yeah,
You think
yeah.
this variety of this gimmick is maybe overused? Time to move on.
we had
Yeah.
an issue. Like,
Gotcha.
like we had an issue going on with this 180 thing.
Yeah.
Like I think Kami did a good 180. Like he had a track where he implemented this 180
Swolls
thing.
were pretty good as well.
Yeah, Swolls was also pretty good as well. But the thing with this 180 in particular is these speed stripes in the background are called conveyor belts by
Right.
Milestone. So these conveyor belts led to people to two things. You lose traction,
Right.
or your car does scatter off into a wall and you're stuck in that wall. So because of the conveyor belt pushing the wall, so it's really, really bad. And the other 180s in the past did not have this feature. They were not spamming the conveyor belt like Copper did. And it did not have a fucking checkpoints. Because the checkpoint is super important because Animex was doing some sort of lat dash thingy that did not save half a second, that saved way more seconds than that because he was
Right.
5th place and he skipped like 3 spots because of that thing. And
Yeah,
I saw
a video where here, I'll add to this. I saw a video where I don't know who the person was driving, but they jumped off the track and then side dashed back into it.
It was Fidestic. The video I
Fidestic.
saw, yeah.
Like
Yes.
he even skipped five positions with that. So, and there was like there was a thing going on, and I think 80% of the room, 8 out of 10. Ooh, I can do math. Look at that. 8 people out of 10 who were racing were against us, and it was because of Copper's wish. Copper did not like that.
Right.
Like Copper allowed the chicane skip, which I for myself did find kind of weird. But,
Yeah, I thought that was weird too. Honestly.
Yeah, like me
Yeah.
and Gunnar did not like that, but yeah, he allowed that skip, but he did not allow the 180 lat dash, whatever it was. So yeah, and
I think he
we
allowed
respected his
it.
wish.
I think he allowed it because of the flow of the track and like how when you're going through that corner, it looks like you're getting straight off the track from where it's pointing towards. You know what I mean? Like before you hit the snake chicane.
I know
it's
what
like
you mean, but
pointed towards. I think that's why, but
if you hit the snake chicane just right, there's like this one
Yeah.
perfect line you have to take. It feels so good. Feels so good.
Yeah. But I understand why he did it, though. That's the thing.
I'll be honest. I think, in my opinion, like, I don't like making judgment calls, telling people how to drive a track. I would have rather the track gotten a fix. I know it was the day of the race where that last tech really came up. But I would have either like let people do it or go in there and fix it. It's just kind of me, though. I don't know what you guys think about it.
The thing is, the trick is very risky. Kami was dying a lot in training. Even he was like not doing it anymore because consistency is the key on this track.
On any track, really, but yeah.
Yep. Any track, yes, but especially on tracks with weird gimmicks.
Right.
So, and there was not much time to, implement this trick or whatever it was. I tried it myself, died a lot of times, and I was like, I did not even land it once, and I did not want to learn it on race day.
Right.
And I'm not sure, but Animex might have practiced this track 4 weeks because we haven't seen him in the very first part of the season. So I don't know. It was weird. Let's say it like that.
Yeah, it's just a weird situation. I think in the future, at least in my opinion, I would rather, like, if the tech is discovered, I think people should be allowed to do it, and if the track builder wants it to not be done, they should just fix the track. I know this one's a little different, the side dash, because it was literally kind of figured out the day of, and there isn't enough time to fix it. But like,
there's also the chance that you can't really fix it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and I just say we should respect the wishes of the guy that created the track, which was Copper, and he did not want it.
Yeah, I know, and I guess play devil's advocate. I don't ever want to see a situation come up where a track builder makes a track and then tries to tell people, oh, you can't jump tech in this section. Because that's like, well, no, because that's like a common mechanic. You can't just tell people to not jump tech. That just seems like a bad idea. You see what I'm getting at, though? You see what I'm trying to say? Like, I just don't want there to ever be like a slippery slope where a track builder can tell you how you have to drive it and that you can't use a skill thing,
mechanic or
skill
whatever.
Mechanic, to make it better. Like, I don't know. I understand why people wanted there to be a judgment call to just ban it outright, but I don't know. The whole thing was interesting to me, but yeah, I appreciate you guys' opinion on it, though. I was just curious what you guys thought on that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we can start getting to the actual race. Let me pop out of the slides. Yeah. So we will hop in. This is Soul's POV. Let's talk about the race itself. We'll talk about the finish. Save the conversation about the end of the race till the end of the race because we have a lot to talk about there. But
so you don't want me?
We'll talk about the ending, like the finishing positions when we get there.
Yeah, I will do that, but I would like to.
How was the race itself, though?
Oh, pretty good. That was lap 2. I lost traction on lap 2, but you will see what I mean. This was the thing that I was the most scared about because in trainings it happened a lot to me, and I was losing lots of position because of this is the first corner. I usually take it really wide because I don't want to hit that wall.
Yeah, and with low handling, you kind of have to take it wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see me not wiggle here because draft just
doing the trick. Yeah. You don't even need it. It's just you don't even need to use boost.
Yeah.
You just see everybody else wiggling is doing it because it's like muscle memory.
Muscle memory.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, doing the blue build with the Swift is also difficult as well. There's a lot more effort required to, take the turn correctly compared to if you were just had green handling on.
This track was definitely favoring 4 pips, 5 pips because 3 pip cars were struggling against them because you get boost checked in a lot of sections.
I
The
try to
first
mitigate that with like draft, but you can only do so much if you don't have somebody to draft with.
This
You
is
know
my
what I mean?
favorite part of the track. This is the section I really love to do. It feels really
Oh
good.
yeah, I can see that. It looks really satisfying to hit it cleanly, which you did there. You're leading. It was
Yeah.
perfect execution there. Oh
Same.
no, is that
Oh,
Aphex?
this is
Whoa.
FX. It was
Oh
FX.
no. Hang on,
You know what
let's roll it
happened?
back.
Look at him. Look at he like
So he
he
lands it.
went to the inside of the turn and it made his car flip. Like and
Oh man.
like
Which turn?
Wow.
Which
it
Right
is,
turn?
here.
but he lost a couple
I can't see it.
positions.
Yeah.
He lost a couple positions. He was he
It
was
was
at
after the little
position.
magnet hop
Yeah.
dasher.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
to half speed it, just make sure that everybody can kind of see what happens.
So the thing is, FX lost the balance of his car, like his car tipped.
Yeah, one of
And
roadies.
he was at rank 7 when he recovered from that. And he was doing a good job getting back. He was in striking distance of 6th and 5th, but something happened in lap 2 to him,
Yeah.
which killed his race.
It looks to
Which
me
is a
like
shame.
he had good
Yeah.
grip because of the magnet, and then he came off of the magnet, and it just said, "All right, no more grip, so you're not sticking to
So,
the track anymore." And he just flipped him.
This section we passed is usually 5 pip, 4 pip territory. Like Kami is boosting like a lot in that S magnets section. Like
Right.
3 pips, we cannot just do that. We have to do the draft tag basically. And the section before the cannon, like after the cannon, a 4 pip, 5 pip can use more boost pips. 3 pips cannot do that. This is allowed
So
skip.
that's the
yeah.
allowed skip, and then this was the
Okay,
no lat
first
dash.
180. Look at this. First 180, clean. This was clean. I felt really good after this because I
Gunner
was
leads
like,
the first lap.
yeah, he had a really good 180.
Yeah, he nailed
he
it.
jumped. Yeah, he jumped a bit earlier than me and Kami. But what I discovered happened to me when I did early jumping. I always lost grip, so I jumped a bit later to mitigate that.
Yeah,
But I
he may
think
not
it's
have had that issue in a balance. That's maybe
Yeah,
why
look
he
at
did
Kami.
it.
He's gonna pass me now, and he's gonna pass Gunner as well because he has way more pips here.
Yep.
So this is where you get boost checked by a 4 pip, 5 pip car. Yeah. Lap 2 was like we have Dasher on the back. He's right
Yeah,
there.
I was hot on the trail. Like every time we got to a jump tech part, like I would lose time that I catch back up, and then by the time I catch back up, another jump tech, and I'm like, God damn it!
That's so painful, bro. I feel that in a
Yeah.
rocket. I feel that.
I was kind of glad that you did not have the jump tech. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I will say,
bro, if I did, I would have been like right up there with you guys.
I know a
Damn
lot
it.
of people really didn't like that we got rid of 5-pip rockets, but it's tracks like these. Well, I mean, aside from the jump tech would have hurt them a lot. But it's tracks like these where I feel like it wasn't the worst idea to get rid of them, and also 5-pip Swifts as well. Because they just would have been. I feel like they would have been just absolutely unstoppable.
It's kind of weird we lost muscle tone, not gonna lie. I was thinking of getting Roger Dodger, like a drifter. Roger Dodger was really like doing well on this track, but it all had 3 pips.
I don't think we lost muscle tone.
To make you realize like how like busted like a 4 pip or whatever Swift is, even after those jump techs, I would have been like near first or like past first with those fucking 4 pip Swifts.
Right.
Like. Because I was still able to like catch back up despite the loss of time with the 3 pip.
Oh, you're talking about as the subcar soul? Is that what you mean?
The subcar.
Okay, I understand.
And muscle tone was also a subcar that we lost, but yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, grip loss. Look at it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's so tough.
On the 180, I figured out like if I just do a double jump instead of like a 1 jump, like tightly, and then I land, I get more grip. And I can just launch with 2 pips left.
Yeah, like you can see me like I was complaining in the video that I lost my grip. Dash was right on me because of that. I lost the draft to
yeah, I was gonna say that you didn't have your slipstream there.
So I was desperate catching up to them, so I was using different boost strats, and you can see me catching up to them. I mean, they're just drafting after me. Like, he was like, "Oh yeah, Soul's going faster. Oh yeah, it makes me faster too."
Right. Right. Yeah, because like slipstream is so important in collisions off racing. Like you got to keep that slipstream. We'll talk about slipstream because this week has a track that is unbelievably reliant on slipstream. But yeah, it's super important. Like I think during the Aces High race, I was scared of losing it, and so I used that extra boost to catch up. I'm watching.
I'm almost dying here.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, my heart was pounding when that happened. So I'm so glad I did not launch off like a rock.
So I'm guessing that top lane is much slower.
Yeah, super slow. Yeah.
Because you can't start with the jump tech early.
No, it's just slower.
Or is it just way slower in general? Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, 5 seconds slower maybe.
I understand.
Weird.
It's
It
crazy.
doesn't even look like it would be that much slower, but I guess does it count? I guess you have to hit the pads, don't you?
Yeah, but it's an easy pass. It's just boost pad after boost pad after boost pad.
Right.
But the thing is, jump tech is so much better. That's why
Right. Yeah.
I don't like jump tech.
Bro, I tried jumping so many times to get the 10 speed you get. I just couldn't get it.
All right, so we're coming up on the end of this race.
Yeah.
And this is where we have our controversy.
I could not get Kami because he had like 3 pips on me, and I'm out of reserves because I was pushing.
So he boosts
really
right on by, and then
boop.
Yeah, so at the finish line, your POV shows very clearly that you're ahead. I went forward a little bit too far.
And look at
apologies.
it. I did not lose grip. I had a really good exit to that section. So I was really glad that happened. But yeah, Kami passed me.
You cross the line, and then Gunner is directly behind you, and then we get to this, and it says third. So that was a thing that happened.
There was 2 like mishappenings too of the leaderboard.
Yeah, we'll talk about the other one in a moment. So that's Soul's POV. Here is Gunner's POV of the same situation. Also, audio is on.
I'm just saying, out of like, the track is amazing, but the 180 section, that was a deal.
Oh, he lost a bit of grip there. He would have passed you if he didn't lose grip there.
Yeah.
So on his screen, it was like stupid close. I couldn't slow it down, but what we came to the conclusion of, I went back too far.
That's fine.
So we had ourselves a little staff get together to talk about this one, and what we came to the conclusion of was. So you look at this, you can see even on Gunner's POV, that's the front night shifter sticking out.
Yeah, you can see his front is where my glass starts.
Yeah. So even though some of the times seem to favor Gunner, visually on every POV we had access to that could see this finish, Soul was ahead, and on the leaderboard it said that Soul was ahead until they crossed the line. Which made no sense.
On both POVs, by the way.
So we decided that Soul was second and Gunner was third. However, we had another one. This is Aphex's POV. He is back in 7th.
Yeah. Oh man, poor Aphex. He had it really bad on that day.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Me and him were doing so well in the practice, like really well. Like we were like dog fighting with each other.
So right here we see
that's the curse.
Aphex goes by Animax, and then Animax gets a pip, and he comes right back. And
he did a little mistake. He should have used a conveyor belt. He was not on that conveyor belt the whole time. Look at it. He was losing so much time because of that. When I saw that, bruh, I was kind of pissed, not gonna lie. Like,
They came very bit on the right side, and then okay, he gets
yeah,
to
on
this
left
one,
side, left
and then
side,
he doesn't
left
get to
side
the left
converter.
side one. Yeah,
He's like, nah, I'm not, I don't want the speed. I'm like, what?
So that's Lotar right there, and that is
Yeah.
Animax.
Lotter has used my build because Gunnar asked me to send him the build, and I did that. And Lotter did really great for day one training. Like he had no training on this track.
So it looks like Avex crossed the line ahead. I don't have Animax's POV, but on his, it was very clearly Animax ahead on his POV. And the leaderboards were inconsistent. This one said that Aphex was ahead across the line. Animax's had him in like 6th, and then Lotar 7th, and Animax 8th, or Aphex 8th. So those were totally messed up. So for these two, we had to go off of race time, which did favor Animax. So that brought us to our results, which were this. Sakami wins. And then it was Soul second, not Gunner. Gunner was third. My hashtag milestone sucks. And then the invite to the finale passes down to Soul. So congratulations on the invite, Soul.
Thank you. Very happy about that.
When was the last time you had a finale invite? Out of curiosity. Did you did you get one season 6?
No, season 6 I did not get any. There were many situations where I could have gotten it in season 6.
Yeah.
But collisions on and desync were
that's right. That's right.
Fuck you, Soul. No chance in getting invite. I'm like, okay.
Well, kind of hyped to have you in a finale.
Yeah, me too, man. Second race, second time, second place. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Riptide, Highway Horrors, and Equalizers have repeated the podium. Like in the Rhythm Rush, it was Horrors, Riptide, Equalizer.
Yeah.
Here, it was the same.
Yep. It's interesting how that happened.
A
so,
repeat.
so it's Highway Horrors, and then it was Riptide, then Equalizers. Dasher, you were 4th, so you were just hanging out. You're just watching that battle at the front basically the whole time.
Every time I joined them and I left, and I joined them and I left, and I joined them and I left.
The pains of a light car that can't abuse jump tech.
Oh, I think his car is really weighty. No, the Viper weighs a lot. But
Corvette?
He has a Corvette, yeah.
I think it's lighter. I think it's lighter than most of the other Swifts. Like Night
I'm
Shifter.
not sure the weights.
Interesting. Well, I might be wrong. I could be talking out of my ass.
Every time I saw Dasher, I was like, Dasher, get away.
I'm like, okay, all right, but I'll be back. I'll be back.
Bye. Have a good time.
Get off here. It's a big boys. It's a big boys plane. Oh man, that was fun. Yeah, Dasher
always go back.
I gotta say, PC, Xbox, PC, PlayStation is super fun. I love that.
Yeah.
Top drivers from all platforms and the top 4.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Copper with HSR on the home track was 5th, and then Lotar for Equalizers was 6th. Animax just barely beats out Aphex for 7th and 8th, respectively. RJ was 9th for Hyperspace, and then Judas was 10th for BSB. What happened to Judas?
That would really hurt bad. Okay, so Dan has been trying to contact Judas for the longest time, and then Judas shows up the last day.
Just so like Lothar.
So I don't think he was exactly prepared, and he said he also does not like his car. So that might be an issue.
Oh, wait. No.
That's unfortunate.
His car would have been perfect for this track, because Synchro... does have something going on for it.
It's like
how many
the
pips
only
does Synchro have?
3, I
Three
think.
pips, but
3 pips.
but if you go less handling on this track, and Synchro usually has bad handling, unless you go Dynamo,
Yeah.
then it has good handling. I think this Synchro could have.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that Judas knew about like the having bad handling thing though. So I'm not sure if he had to.
That's your job. You're his teammate,
bro. Dan has been trying to contact him for the longest time, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
See, I
Like,
see. He was doing well in trainings, at least top 7, top
Yeah.
5-ish. You know.
So,
He must have died. He must have died.
Yeah,
I
I was
don't know
gonna
like
say.
what happened to him. Like, cause I don't know if he was like, cause I know like I heard about him moving, right? So I wasn't sure like
No.
if he was. But then he said, I think he said like he's not. Me and Darren confused. It was just a mess.
Gotcha. So, the point standings are interesting. So, Highway Horrors gets 21 points this week, and it was Riptide and Equalizers with 16. It's a good week for Equalizers. Solid week for Riptide. And then Renegades and BSB got the same number of points initially, but Renegades gets 2 bonus points, putting them at 12. So BSB was the big loser this week, unfortunately. And that
Yeah, the bonus points, like, we were like, me and our team in Hyperspace were going to be tied, but then because they had a new driver, they got the bonus points. And so now they're a little bit ahead.
Yeah, you guys were tied going into this week. So literally, Hyperspace has broken the tie for third with bonus points.
Yeah.
I think it was RJ, right? His
Yep,
first
RJ
race?
was his first race of the season, yeah.
Mm.
So
It's crazy how close first and second are.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. So first and second separated by just 3 points heading into week 5.
The third
we
and
had
fourth
We had
separated
some
by 2.
we had some unfortunate happening with Judge in the second race and with Ethics in this race. I'm just saying someone is doing some voodoo rituals again. Cursing my team again.
Nah, you guys will be back in the second half of the season. I think a couple. You guys have had enough of a lead that you could have some mistakes, right?
Yeah,
And I think going into the second half of the season, Riptide's gonna perk up a good bit.
We're giving it our best. Let's say it like this.
Yeah, for sure.
Our star player is in the timeout zone. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Again.
Yeah. Well, you guys will get him back here week 6, and then
we get him. We get him for week 6, right? Week 6.
Yeah.
He can
week
drive?
6. Yeah.
Good.
Week 6.
Perfect. Great.
And then the last 3 teams are 15 points apart, which really isn't that much. And like Foot was saying, third and fourth are 2 points apart. So that's like 2 very close battles for very important positions right now. So we have a battle for first, which is important for obvious reasons, and then a battle for third, which could mean the difference between staying in Acceleron and getting demoted out of Acceleron. So that's very interesting.
Yeah. Like, Equalizers got good points this time, so they are definitely in striking distance to BSP right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They gotta keep it up. They gotta keep the flow going.
Yep.
The fight for first and the fight for third are both dog fights. That's crazy.
Gunnar redeemed himself in this race. He had
I was
really
so happy
bad
to see
luck.
it, honestly.
Yeah, me too. Me and him, we had such a good fight.
Yeah.
Was lots of fun. Dasher was also there. He's like, let me in, and Gunnar and me were like, nah.
I'm just a horror creature chasing you down with a knife.
Bro, Dasher's like, give me the slipstream.
Dasher's just got the chainsaw. He's like, don't let me catch you.
Yeah, he was going Super Saiyan 2, bro. He's like,
bro, every time I hit the jump tech right afterwards, I'd hit the afterburner and I'd catch back up.
I have to say, it's really telling. Like, when you look at the replay, it was you 4 way ahead because Apex had 2 crashes, and these 4 were all right on top of each other, like 5th through 8th.
Yeah.
So it was broken up into packs. There was the
Yep.
lead pack and then the chase pack, and they were
Yeah.
all grouped up, but there was a good bit of time between them, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. Like the leading pack, that was the top 4. We were so far ahead. That was crazy.
hmm
Um,
You know the Dead by Daylight like chase music shit.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it gets closer, it gets louder.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like me every fucking time that I run away because I don't know where you're at, where you're hiding. And I come
Yeah.
back. It's just over and
Like-
over.
like I think I got a 23 in this race, and Kami hit
Yeah.
a 22.9 or something. So
I got a-
he-
I hit a 23.5, so you're
Nice.
probably less than that. You're probably like 23.3 or something like that.
something like that. Yeah.
So,
And
oh, go ahead.
Hmm?
Sorry, good.
No. You say. What
I
is
was just gonna say, any final thoughts on week 4? It sounded like you had one.
No, it was pretty funny. Yeah, good track. Good track.
I would have gotten away with it too if weren't you for you meddling jump tech.
No,
Yep.
good track, except 180 section. Good track.
All right. So, week 5, High Noon
Oh.
Hijinks. This is by
Mm.
Kami. Have you guys driven this one?
Yeah, I have.
I have, but
I have as
fucking
well.
I got flashed by the fucking Men in Black, so
Didn't realize.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to say something, Brad, before I do it?
Dude, this track is very difficult. In my opinion, it's super on edge. Has a lot of interesting tech and stuff in it. Stuff that Kami likes to do a lot of, which is not a bad thing. It's just like challenging. It feels like one of those tracks that gets better the more you drive it. I haven't driven it enough to get to that point though, if I'm being honest. But I don't doubt it. I think the one thing I don't super love is near the beginning. There are a couple of corners that it feels like the only way to hit them is to wall ride.
That is the theme of the track. That is
Okay.
like wall tech is the theme of the track. You have to do that.
Interesting. Okay.
That's
So
that's
wall tech is
encouraged
literally
by
the thing. Okay.
Wall tech is encouraged on this track. You have to go bad handling. If you go good high handling, you would have a bad day.
that seems to be the theme, the bad handling for this season.
Yeah,
Which is weird.
kinda-
That's weird. I don't know how
Yeah.
that happened, but
because we had too many good handling tracks in the last season. Everyone was like, "Okay, let's shake up the meta. Let's put in some poison
think
here, some barricades there, some unorthodox lines here." You know,
I think the issue last season was the mag spam on turns. You know what I mean?
right.
Where there's every turn has a mag turn, so you had to like put on like high handling cars to take it very 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 like fast and tight.
Right.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I just feel like we've kind of had a bit of a departure from that. Still a lot of mag corners, but not quite as many. I guess I hadn't thought about that,
Yeah.
but yeah.
On normal
Interesting.
track, you don't want to have bad handling because you want to slide it into the normal turn. You can't really do that as like if you have an entire mag like straight and then a mag turn, you can't slide really
Right,
Yeah.
right.
because you're gripped onto the ground or
Right.
onto the track. Where if you have a normal track piece and a normal track turn, you can like turn left to go right kind of bullshit
Right, right.
to get into that turn. And then take it very tight.
So, yeah, I've driven this track today. I wanted to do it yesterday, but I was sleeping. I had a long day yesterday, so today my very first time was a 217, and I progressively got better until I reached 2:08. 2:05 is usually the track record. I think 2:06 is racing. No, it's not racing pace. That's like good pace.
Right.
Like top 3 pace basically. And I have a feeling that 2:7, 2:8 is gonna be the racing pace. I only had me, Mickey, and Kami racing today because nobody wanted to join us somehow.
Yeah.
So
Thursday
I hope to
moment.
see I hope to see a bigger group tomorrow so I can judge the track a bit better.
Yep, I
But
feel that.
trick is really fun. Like it has fucking difficult corners,
Very, I agree.
and there's something to it. The track, yeah, there's some really interesting tech. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about who might be racing it this week. Soul, you guys know who's racing?
So there's
Or-
a high chance that it might be me. It might be Judge. It might be
Allegedly.
FX. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's just between us three.
The amount of boost, I feel like it would be pretty good for rockets, but also the handling thing, so maybe not. I don't know. That's weird.
Feels like a Swift track, kind of. You know, I don't know, like.
Interesting.
I just saw Kami say it was more of a rocket. It's supposed to be Swift, but for him it feels like a rocket one. That's what he said. So I don't know if that's true, but just something to consider,
Yeah.
Interesting.
I guess.
So I guess you can't really go wrong with those three options.
No.
Because you guys will all be pretty. You guys will all be suited for it, and you're up to the challenge.
To the challenge, baby.
Nice. All right. Cool. Moving on down the line. So we've seen. This is probably Kami and Mickey,
Kami
right?
and Mickey. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone else yet.
It's exciting. Love seeing Mickey on track. So if he's available to race, that's awesome.
He's doing fine. He's doing fine. Like from what I could see in
It's
the
very,
training.
very
so,
underrated.
Yeah,
I love Mickey.
yeah he can do those unorthodox tracks. It's his thing.
Yep.
We saw that in what was the track called again? The week 3 track.
Oh,
The Fidestic
the
track.
chasm. Yeah, the chasm. Yeah.
The chasm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes, indeed. All right, Dasher, you guys got this week. It's Dandube, right? I know Dandube's one of them.
Yep.
Really? Oh, it's Dan Dube? Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Really?
And Velocity.
Velocity.
Ah, very nice.
Wow. Okay.
It's exciting.
Bonus points.
Bonus. Yep. As I say, get those bonus points in.
First race.
Yep. Yeah. Good time to get them in because it's the last race before the end of the first half, and we reset the bonus points for the second half.
I heard he's doing well, so I'm very excited about that tomorrow. Maybe I see him. Maybe not.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Have we seen anybody from HSR yet?
No. But I would go advanced. Maybe NATO.
Have we
But
seen Nader yet?
they could also send NATO and Geo. I don't think we have NATO yet. Did we?
Interesting.
No,
I'm not sure.
he did race. He
Oh,
did
he did
race
race?
in Rhythm Rush. In Rhythm
Oh,
Rush,
right. Right.
He was there in Rhythm.
I feel like this one's probably going to end up being. I feel like I could see Gio running this one with advanced.
Yeah, Geo Advance, maybe Geo NATO.
Yeah. Some combination of those three, I think, is going to be who they run.
I don't know how Sandoval would do on the track.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too. I don't know if Sandoval would be good for this one.
Yeah.
It just doesn't like in my head. I can't picture it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then lastly, equalizers. I have actually no clue who's running for this team this week.
Well, Lothar might be a good pick, Night Shifter.
Yeah.
So, like, I would definitely go Lothar again. Like, no shame. And other than that, maybe Deep Dish. I haven't seen Just Joy yet because bonus points.
Yeah, I haven't seen X11 either.
X11 I haven't seen either. But for bonus points, maybe a Deep Dish, Just Joy and Lothar combo.
Right.
Just to be safe, because I think Lothar
Get
is
the bonus
gonna...
points.
Yeah.
Yeah, and gets the bonus points. Yeah.
before the reset.
Before the reset. Yeah.
If not, it could be a gunner loader combination. Could also happen,
Yep.
and they just go like, "Fuck the bonus points. It's just 2 points,"
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It'd be 4 for them because I don't think Joy or X11 have run. But I mean, if they think they can make up that difference by just performing really well, then I think like it makes sense for them to do if that's what they need to do.
I just don't want to be mean, like my prediction was spot on, and
At least so far,
maybe
yeah.
maybe it comes off as mean or not, and I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm rooting for everyone. I
Right.
don't mean it in a bad
Someone
way.
has to be. If you're doing predictions, someone has to be last.
Yeah,
That's just the
but
nature of predictions.
I just want to say I don't have feelings that just Joy and X11 are up to the task when it comes to Acceleron. Not like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think this is not the track for them to make their Acceleron debut. I'll say that much.
yeah.
I think they would have been. I think they would have been good to have on like the Chasm, maybe.
Or Rhythm Rush.
Or
maybe.
Rhythm Rush,
like
yeah. They might not have been available for those. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I feel like the Kazu would have been a little bit because like even like the other like me and Kami were hitting barriers on that
Right,
track.
exactly.
Me
So-
too. Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I think Rhythm Rush probably would have been the better choice.
I would not send my rookies into this track.
Right.
Like I wouldn't do that because this track is really hard. Like it's hard.
Right.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I think the one last thing I want to point out about Acceleron, and I meant to do it back on the results slide, the finale invites right now are interesting. It's 2 Riptide and 2 Highway Horrors. So it's
Yeah.
it's Mac and then Corpseless, Kami, and Soul. That is pretty awesome.
Bro, I got so close. I got so close to getting one, man.
Me too.
I think it's
me
coming.
too,
I think it's
too.
coming. I think it's coming, Dasher. I think it's coming.
I lost it to corpses, man.
Yeah, that's tough. But at least you
I
got one
like-
now. You've got one now.
I almost beat Kami, but we both hit a barrier at the end.
Oh yeah, the chasm.
Yeah, like we were like neck and neck, and I was losing control. Me and Kami were losing fucking control at the straight with the barriers on it. He hit one, and I was also losing control, so I hit one, so our places stayed the same.
No.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
All right. Well, on to me and Footloose's neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, Mechanica.
Oh, Mechanica. My goodness, this track was... I think this was widely regarded as, like, an Acceleron level track in Nitrox. Did you guys get a chance to drive this thing?
Yes.
I haven't.
Yeah,
I had the chance.
It's a shatter track, so it's like high handling. It's got some unorthodox lines in it as well, but not in the normal sense of like it's not handling oriented. These are unorthodox turns, but they are very handling oriented. You gotta have high handling and there's a big jump tech on this track as well. Kind of similar in that they do have like massive jump techs that kind of define some of the speed in places on this track, but the opposite in that, where Renegade Voyage had a lot of wide corners made for, lesser handling, this track has flowing, lots of elevation, tight turns that really force you to be on your A game with your handling and everything. I think this is probably the hardest track in the Nitrox calendar this season by a fair bit. I don't think any other track in Nitrox comes quite as close to being this challenging. Other than maybe Kraken's Curse at the beginning of the season, but I don't think Kraken's Curse is that bad. So
Kraken's Curse? Yeah, that's a good track.
it's a good track, challenging at times. I think this track is probably a bit more challenging than that, though. At least to master. But yeah.
It's a shatter track, and I like driving shatters tracks. So,
I agree.
Yeah. I felt
Fully
kind of
agree.
at home when I played this track. I was like, Oh, this feels familiar. You know?
Right? Yeah. It's
It's
like, ah,
I
nice
was
and
like,
cozy. I've always liked Shatter's
yeah,
tracks too, man. I've had good
yeah,
experiences on them for the most part.
yeah.
There's
He
a
has
lot
really good
of
ideas.
coulda, woulda, shouldas, like races where I've been on Shatter tracks and I was confident and I should have won and then I didn't.
There's
Uh,
always someone faster. Always.
uh,
You.
hello. There it is.
There we go.
There
Oh,
we
you're
go.
gonna have to mute it. For sound.
That's the in-game music.
In
Okay.
game.
Okay, hang on. We're gonna refresh the page because it is dying. I want to go full screen. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. My apologies. All right. So this
I
was.
watched it live.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, I watched it of Spleeso's POV. He
Oh,
was
that's right.
streaming.
Actually, I did too. What am I even saying? I watched Spleezu's POV. Spleezu's POV was very interesting because he felt like the Dasher of this race, also in the Corvette, by the way, which I think is ironic.
He was doing so well.
He was doing real well, but then just two
lost gas
guys.
in the end.
Yeah, two guys kind of pulled ahead. I was
Yeah,
nervous for a minute because Yoda was schmoovin' at the beginning of this race.
Really?
Yeah. That's him
Yeah,
in the
Yoda's
lead right
really
now.
good. I trained that boy.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
That's your boy. That's so.
Yeah.
Fidestic, man.
Nice.
On those green strips, he had the car turned all the way sideways super early. I wasn't doing that at all. I didn't even think to do
saw
that there.
So I saw what he did. Looked kind of nice.
A Shuby hanging out with him. It's just like not even like Fidestic's done anything wrong here. He's just behind a
I
little
have
bit.
a question.
Yeah, what's up?
The crazy drift.
Did Shubi's controller die again, or was this time
I don't think it had an issue this time.
good?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, I've raced this track before. I remember now.
Yeah. What did you think of the track since we got a moment?
I thought it was pretty fun when I was racing it in pubs.
Oh, it's a jump tech.
Yeah, that's the jump tech right there. Balanced gets so much more out of that than the Swifts, which is why Fidestic goes blasting past Billick and Spleezu there.
I saw that. That was crazy.
And Bizor
It's
was up
great.
near the front at the very beginning, so go ahead, Foot.
It's a challenging
Yeah.
track for certain, but I thought it was fun.
He has 5 pips, like a 4 pip and 5 pip, and I think Billock and Spleeso are on 3 pips. So yeah, there's definitely a boost advantage here.
I thought the hot dog had four as well.
5.
Is it five?
5. 5. Yeah, 5. 5.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I thought it had four. Interesting.
5. I'm saying it in so many different languages,
I know.
so you understand.
Yeah, man. So they start to get spread out a
And here's
decent
some
bit.
Turkish. Beş.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Means also 5. So yeah. For the Turkish viewers, hey Mickey. So what did you want to say?
I was gonna say, so already the field is pretty spread out at this point. They were super close to the beginning, but now it's really starting to spread out. There's just 3 drivers left that are really in it for the win.
It's just Bizor, Fidestic, that's what I saw in
That's just an absolutely crazy drift from Fidestic. Just put the car sideways on the green.
I know, it's so wild.
We had one track back in, I think that was season 7, that has a similar mechanic to that. That was Kami's track.
Mm-hmm.
When I think it was their home track, I guess. Like it was a Halloween themed track, I think, back in season 7. I forgot the name. It was a great track to drive. It had a similar mechanic with gravity and the conveyor belt.
Yeah, so what was interesting is I tried doing that in my car in Speed Slayer, and I would take off. The car is so light that it doesn't grip. It just starts to fly away. And then I don't get hardly anything on this jump tech, so I was like, I don't know, this is the track for me, guys.
I think that was back in season 6. We had Jota back then in the Camino. Like he was doing some crazy.
That was last season, I think, season 7, before the chaos unfolded. It was on Night of Fright.
Season 7?
Yeah, it was on Night of Fright on the Kami track.
Yeah, Night of Fright, amazing track.
Oh,
it was an amazing track. I had one of my many disaster races there, even though I was one of the fastest in practice.
And we had this downhill conveyor belt drift section. That's why.
Was it like did it have like the fences above it? Like
but Jota was a madman and still did it, and he ended up winning that race in a drifter. It was crazy.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was.
I think that's like a case of like you can't fix it kind of deal because you could just because Jordan's just like completely even after you fixed it, he completely just did it anyways.
He was the only one still doing it at that point. Everybody else had basically bailed out on it.
Yeah, Judas beat me on that track. He got second, I got third. That's what I remember back then. It was a great track, by the way. Like
it was,
Night of Fright. Oh, it was amazing.
I did horribly. But it was because I had an issue with the jump tech.
But yeah, this conveyor belt trick reminded me.
God, man, that line is so scary. Dropping down onto the ramps before you hit them. Like going through the air, that is so scary.
Y'all remember in the last season of the original Hot Wheels Unleashed? It was a track that had the haunted house as the module.
Judas Castle.
Was it the tunnel one?
It was the one where you it was a lot of like collision zones.
Yeah, it was I'm Sox's track. It was like a tunnel thing where if you go to near the haunted house, it'll just teleport, it'll like respawn you.
Yes.
That track. Yeah, you're talking about.
I thought that one had a really cool like gimmick for how
the just don't go. You just had to not go near the haunted house.
Don't go
floated.
Who was it who died horrifically on that?
It was RMD. It was
RMD. Oh, that's right. It was RMD. That's right. Yeah. I think was that the one we did commentary for, Foot? I think it was.
Yeah, we did. We did do the commentary.
That's right. That was our commentary week.
So, like, you would like the track. There would be like a track piece, a mag track piece above it, the haunted house. It would pull you up, and if you got too close to the haunted house as you were floating upwards, you just respawn.
The respawn was terrible too. That respawn was so bad.
Because that module has a kill box around it.
Yeah.
Fidestic was catching up to Bizor. Oh, he went for that jump tech there. That's crazy. He was catching up, but then he started hitting the walls there in the last like 20 seconds and kind of blew it. So Bizor just kept the lead and he brought it home.
Racing ace, flying aces,
aerial aces, double podium,
aerial
1-2 again.
The flying aerial aces.
Absolutely.
The flying racing aerial aces. Oh man.
Yep. So
I see the 693 points you gave yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a league finisher.
I pointed out to Swole after the fact that he typoed. It was supposed to be at 93, but he put a 6, so I was like, "Damn, we got 600 bonus points this week." Yeah, so
600 bonus points.
Bizor and Fidestic put up that big 1-2. And then after that, it was Spleezu for Wolfpack, Yoda for Diamond Bombers, Billick for Wolfpack, and then it was Party Rocker for Bombers. Then it was Wompy filling in. It was in the subcar for Black Flag Scallywags. Then it was Stargazer for Racing Drones, Shuby for Racing Drones, and then Swole for Scallywags. So, second time this season, Aerial Aces got that max points possible. Got 26. And then Wolfpack got 17. Diamond Bombers got 14. Drones got 9 with they got 2 bonus points for Star being able to race. And then Scallywags got 7. And that leaves the point standings in a pretty interesting spot, I'd say. Very interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aerial Aces are now a full race ahead of second place, which I'm just going to say it. That feels pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I
Yeah, if you-
expected Aerial Aces to be ahead, but like this is a pretty huge lead you guys
Yeah,
got.
it comes pretty much down to my predictions. So
I do want to say like Diamond Bombers have impressed me because we did like mark them at third, but they're exceeding that
Yeah.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
very true,
Yes.
very true. But Wolfpack
is
got a
st-
good race this week.
Yeah,
they really did.
It's
Yeah.
it's so close. It's like
Yeah,
from
catching
second
up.
from second to fourth, it seems like a really close like dogfight going on.
The way I
between
would
the
put
three
it
teams.
is like Wolfpack brought their like top of the top dogs.
Yeah,
And that's not to put down anybody on that team because they're all great.
They had to.
But they brought
had to.
the biggest dogs to the fight, and Yoda and Party Rocker actually did a great job, like minimizing.
holding down.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
held it
yeah.
down. They took points from them, and
Yep.
kept Wolfpack from fully leapfrogging them.
Yeah.
So there was only 4 points difference now between them.
It was a good defense, yeah.
For
Definitely.
sure. Unlike Racing Drones, who unfortunately did not have a great week and dropped from third back down to fourth. However, though, they're not really in a bad spot because they're only
Yeah,
6
they're
points
still
behind
close.
second. It's like,
Stargazer died. That's what I know. Like
Oh,
he
did
died
he?
somewhere. But yeah, he
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Like you could listen. Like when I was watching Splisu, like Stargazer was like doing his "Oh my God!" And then
That's a shame.
like and then you knew at that moment that he died somewhere, and he died pretty late, like in lap 2 or 3. I don't know. Yeah, that kind of broke his neck.
Yep. And then I know the Scallywags are just doing the best they can and are just out for a good time. So
No,
a
Swole,
little
I
bit
think-
behind, but
I'm feeling for this man.
I know,
bro.
me too.
He has so
Me too.
much. He has so much bad luck. How is that possible?
I know.
Ah.
I know it hurts.
I think the point difference is worse for Equalizers compared to Scallywag because I think Equalizers is like a 17-point difference, while Scallywag has like a 13-point difference from the next team.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's,
I still think they're in a better situation than they would have been.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
But I
not
think
ideal,
They're in
but
catch-up mode.
it could be worse. It could be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be worse. That's true.
And right now, the battle between second through fourth is honestly going to be maybe like the battle to watch.
Yeah.
I love seeing
It's-
like three-way battles, and this one is shaping up to be a banger between these three teams.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting if Racing Drones is going to die again. Like how many times? like how many times do we have to put down those goddamn Racing Drones? Like
Galorum!
Galorum, when do you fucking learn Galorum?
I don't even get the
Come on,
reference.
Ghost Boy was your leader, okay. He failed, it's okay. Dan Mirison? You really droned Dan Mirison? And Shoopy? And we lost Dargator? And Norton to the drones? No!
Miracid is gone!
It is gone!
Oh boy.
Shubi hurt me the most. On Stargazer, he was an ex-Riptide. He got droned! I failed him. I failed him so hard.
You left them
In his
the
hour
middle.
of need, he reached out
get a
for you,
robot
and you
arm.
didn't reach back.
Oh man.
now his arm's replaced by a drone's arm.
Oh god.
His
So
arm, half his brain, eye
Everything.
too.
from the the one more thing I want to say is Bizor had this one circled at like the beginning of the season. He basically was like, I want this track. So he took it,
Mhm.
and then yeah, he got that finale invite, which means that
Nice.
Nitrox League finale invites are Spleezu, myself, and then it's Pato and Bizor. So right now,
two
aces.
real aces.
Yep, 2 aces, 1 Wolfpack, 1 drone.
Cool.
Fed has to
Cool.
cast to get it next time. I feel like he's been podium a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have a prediction on who's going to win this week.
He's gonna get it.
And well, let's get into that. This week we're on Rye Rally. I happen to know a couple things about this track because I made it.
I've driven it in the past.
Yeah, and most of us
Good.
have. If you were in the Bread Bowl, you've driven this one before at least
Yeah,
once.
I did.
So.
I did. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the one with like the dirt turn and then there's like
Yes.
a ramp that goes up?
Yep,
Oh yeah,
that's that one.
It's a good one.
It's
I like that
his.
track.
So, I would say it is a good off-road track. I made it with the car I used when I was kind of designing the corners was the Quattro with just blue drift. So
Interesting.
everything kind of built around how it felt to drive that car, which is kind of a weird one, but that's just kind of how I did it. And what
Okay.
results from that is a track that is good for off-roaders, but also it has almost no boost regen at all. It is maybe the driest track I have ever made.
Which is actually good for Swifts as well. Which
It
I
is
found
good
a
for
nice
Swifts.
track.
And it is very good for off-roaders. And I
Okay.
think it has another thing about it, and I kind of mentioned it earlier. The slipstream in this race is going to be unbelievably important. If you lose the draft, you need to find a buddy who also lost the draft, and you have to work together, or else
Yep.
you are not going anywhere because the slipstream is too important. It doesn't matter how good you think your regen is. If you don't have the slipstream to help you out, you are cooked because the track is just that bare. It does have some strips and some pads, but this was made during an era where I didn't want to use blue pads because people were complaining a lot about having desync with them, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I felt bad for people who were having that issue, and that issue has kind of died down a bit because I think people figured out that it was a PlayStation thing.
No, it's just a lag thing.
But I
Like,
know
if
it
you
still
lag-
happens. It does still happen, and it is like a lag
Yeah.
thing. So at the
Yeah,
time,
like if you're-
I was trying to make tracks with less of it, and so yeah, that's kind of how we got to this track.
Yeah.
And
Another thing I want to add
You
about
can't pretend
the
to be Nolo and solo the Swamp Ram. You gotta have
gotta
a
find a
partner.
buddy. Gotta find a dancing
Nolo,
partner.
Nolo has a Swift class car, so he's fine.
Oh. You know, you got me there.
I do want to add another reason why Swifts are also really good on this track is because they're really good at like turning on straights, like sliding on straights, so they get
Right.
more regen from that as well.
Yep. So let's start talking about who is racing.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, it'll be a Riptide driver who hasn't raced in Nitrox yet, and whoever else shows up. We don't know if that'll be Bear Legals or Swole, but it'll be a Riptide driver that's available and some other person. So there's my prediction. All right, moving on.
Well,
Wolfpack. I have seen a lot of Wolf of Vengeance, and I have
makes
seen
sense.
a good amount of Alyssa, so I think it's probably going to be those two.
Yeah, both good cars for the track. Both Swift. One
Yep.
is a 4-pip, one is a 3-pip. Golf is really, really good in off-road. That's what I noticed back in Season 7. Yeah,
Yep.
it was a good car. Good car.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, I think they are going to be pretty good this week. That's going to be a good lineup for this track.
Yes.
Diamond Bombers.
TJ.
So TJ is
TJ.
definitely running this track, and I
Yep.
think he is bringing Kolu.
Really?
I
Wait a minute.
believe the plan was, I heard this at one point, I don't know if this is still accurate, but at one point I heard that TJ was going to train up Kolu for this race.
Okay, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Did Gore race?
Last week?
Oh, okay. So he
No,
got his
no.
bonus.
He did. He has had his bonus points. Yeah, he has. He raced the
Okay,
first 2
so
weeks.
the two racers that don't have the bonus points, or still have bonus points, is Turtle Pope and Cola, right?
Yeah, but they only need one of the 2.
Bro, I would love to see the night shift. Who is this Turtle Pope, by the way? He's using Judge's old number, by the way. That was 621. That was Judge's old number. I
Yeah,
gave it
he's
away.
a rookie. He came in. He was recruited from. I think they found him just playing the game and invited him to join the league, and he joined this team.
See him.
So I don't
Yeah.
know. I think he's got an availability issue. But in order to
Oh.
max out their bonus points, only 5 different drivers need
Oh,
to
it's Kolu.
compete. I think that will be Kolu for them.
Is that a Swift? I've never driven that car.
So
The Fiat.
yeah, I don't honestly know I don't know what that car is, if I'm being honest. Oh fuck.
It's one
Hey,
of the DLC cars, like the Italian one. But is it a Swift? That's the question.
I have no idea. I need to let you guys talk to that. I'll be right back. Hang on.
All right. Okay.
Alright.
Let's take over the
We
stream.
can find out real quick.
We're taking
can't we?
over.
Okay, we taking over. That's good. Footloose is gonna do some researching. He's gonna find out what type of car it is. Good.
Yep.
So Dasher, how
I
was your
know.
day? I mean,
Good.
good.
Sorry, I'm back. I'm back now.
that
Sorry.
was quick.
God
Sorry,
damn it! The
apologies.
takeover was so short, man.
I can't let you go wild
I-
for too long. It would be
I
bad.
wanted to call it Souls Bakery,
Oh.
and it's gonna be the Souls cast, but you know, it's okay. Go on, Brett.
Yeah, sorry. I have a family member who's in a bit of a tricky spot right now, so I was trying to take care of that really fast. Racing drones.
It's a
I-
Swift. Yeah, 500 is a Swift.
It is.
Oh,
Okay.
good. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Wait,
a
no.
good choice.
The Fiat 500D is
Yeah.
Modificato. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
it's Swift.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
I have actually no clue who's running this track.
Okay.
Cinerco. See it?
Oh yeah,
I would go
Cinerco.
Norton.
Cinerco.
Yeah.
You know what? Dan Merson and Norton would be a good pick. I think I've seen Dan train this track a lot. With the other guys like Wolf and stuff. It would be nice to see Dan and Norton. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with Maurice. I haven't heard anything from him.
It might be a scheduling thing.
Might be a scheduling thing.
Maybe.
Stargazer has driven, Part 2 has driven, so yeah.
And
Dan
they've
Norton, I guess.
reached their they have maxed out their bonus points, so they can send
Dan
whoever.
Norton. Yeah,
Dan
two
Norton.
Swifts.
Probably their
Yeah.
best bet.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then there's us. So I want to talk for a second. This track
Okay.
Alright.
ended up being in the league, and it's good for off-roaders and Swifts.
Yep.
But here comes the but.
We don't have any of those.
Yep. Yep.
So I've effectively made a track that is going to work against us because
Yeah.
none of
You
our
know what?
cars are good for this track at all.
Brad, it's all good. You have such a buffer of points.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
afford losing this one.
Yes, I agree. I'm not super concerned about it. So we had to make some creative decisions on who's racing this week. Since I made the track, I'm racing the track.
Alright.
Which sounds like
Seems
lunacy because I'm in a rocket, but I am racing this week. I will just be relying heavily on Slipstream because holy shit. And then Right now, we haven't nailed it down, but I believe the plan is for Fidestic to run again.
Yeah, I feel like that was
So
a
I
good
think
play.
he's coming with us this week. So
Fidestic is good at like racing tracks that are good for him.
yeah, so
I feel.
yeah, definitely, especially after like last season in the Sandabor. Yeah, he is going to be racing with us. So we're going to give it our best shot. I'm going to be honest with you though, from what I have seen, TJ is blowing everyone out of the water. He's blowing everyone out of
That's
the
another
water.
one of my boys. Another one of my boys.
I mean,
Another one of my boys.
No wonder. I mean, he has a perfect car. Like
Yeah.
he's in the land. Yeah,
He's
this
perfect
is his
car.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So
perfect car.
the key is now, can he
No
handle the
surprise.
pressure? Can he handle the pressure and keep
can.
it together and
Will there
bring
be-
home the win?
Will there be any pressure at the first
Will
place?
yeah, will there be pressure? Hey, you never know though. You can get in your own head. You can have it in the bag and
Yeah.
get in your own head. So can he clutch it up, hold it together, and bring home the W? I think it's his to win. If he doesn't though, I think there is like 5 or 6 other people who will be right there, including myself and Fidestic. I think Wolf will be right there. He's been pretty close in practice. So
I believe in him. He's gonna make it.
So yeah. I have had a little bit of a thing come up, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna blast right through Street League. We're gonna blast right through Street League. So I apologize, Street League. No POVs this week. I would show off my bus. I raced Stats of Champs in the bus. It was super fun. Great, and it was another great track, but it was pure chaos.
You wanna do a speed run? How was the track?
Good. Wide corners. Great for the buses.
What was your positioning?
I finished in 4th.
Okay, who won?
Wolf Racer won, and Spleezu was 2nd. Wolf Racer had an invite
who got
already,
invite?
so Spleezu got the invite. Bus Gang finished in Bus Gang finished in 4th, 6th, and 10th. Also, shout out to Billick. He got absolutely blown up in a crash, and then I think he spun off of the front of my bus. The full 360.
That's his question. What did you not like?
What did you not like?
None of it. I mean, there was a little bit too much bumping. I will say there was a little too much bumping. I think people were playing a little bit too aggressively for no reason.
So,
if you were racing Street League, remember to try and still be respectful. Just because we have collisions on doesn't mean, yeah. So, just be careful. I apologize to everybody in Street. I wanted to do a POV, but I've had a minor emergency pop up, so we're just trying to bang out the rest of the episode.
All right. Blitzkrieg. Go.
Next race is Off the Trail. It has is made by Kami. Has a good bit of off-road stuff. I do think because lots of wide corners. These tracks are designed to give room to collisions on racing. So I think it's going to be interesting for everyone to race on it. So I'm looking forward to that. If you're available to be there, I look forward to seeing POVs. I'm sorry we're not doing one this week. And that's
go.
Boom, that's it. Thank you all for joining us for episode 22. Remember to
show my face. Show my face.
I will. Hang on. Remember to like, subscribe, follow the media links, join the server if you're interested in racing. All the links are in the description. So go down there and do that. Check out this shit. Cinco de Mayo. Check out this shit. Guests, thanks for joining me on this episode. I'm sorry for having to rush the ending.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate having you on. And we will see you all next time. Good luck this weekend, and we'll catch you all next week.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Gotta go fast.